Canada. What's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with this iconic Guardian character who's equivalent, like, essentially to the Captain America of the Avengers for the Canadians. So this is really cool. His introduction finally in the game. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down his kit. We're going to be opening some orbs for red stars as well. We are going to be taking a chance with power cores, guys. I'm not sure how many shards we want to get of him just yet, but with this new kind of strategy I've been implementing, utilizing the reserve I've built up with power cores, we're going to see how many shards we can get of him today using a budget, of course. We don't always go for the unlock, but I mean, back-to-back 100 shard character unlocks with both Guardian and North Star, definitely exciting times. Now, what is he going to be doing that's different for the Alpha Flight team? Remember, this is a team that's going to be thriving, having value in both war as well as being a raid team. But yeah, he's going to be granting barrier. He's going to be supporting his allies while also granting support such as offense up, the regenerative capabilities. He also has this mechanic to call on the assist, so definitely something to be mindful of when we take a look. And in addition to that, providing some debuffs as well. What you're also getting from this team, in addition, is that when Guardian does have the regen, he's going to be boosting the armor of all Alpha Flight members, making everyone much tankier. And when an enemy is killed as well, he's also generating barriers. So this character is definitely a must-have, especially with them being part of this new Spotlight raids. They're going to be a very important piece of the game. It's just to ensure that you're staying up to date with the meta, in addition to obviously earning more rewards here from these game modes. So we got quite a few things to do today, actually, guys. We got the Red Stars orb. We're going to be opening some power cores here in terms of just getting some alpha leader orbs. Now, last time I spent about 5,000, close to 5,000 power cores on North Star. So I think that's a pretty good budget, to be honest. We have about 23,886. So that means we can stop about 19,000. That's going to give us a good gauge here to see how many shards we can get. And obviously, I'm just going to be hoping now that maybe we can just get some really good drops here. But that's kind of what I've been budgeting. I think it's probably going to be less when we have 45 shard characters, and we also know he's got an event following North Star after next week. So just something to be on the watch for, guys. Let's get this party started. Let's see how we do for the power cores today, starting off with the 6 there. And one of these days when I'm just doing this, I'm just going to hope for a massive orb drop, so maybe we can get the unlock first go ahead. But yeah, that's been the new strat, guys. I've been trying to use more and more of these power cores just because we've built up so much from just completely crushing arena right now, and it's been great to take advantage of this. But wow, not good drops by any means. Only 6 shards per orb. You can see how fast these power cores do go. But thankfully right now there's also an event with the usage of power cores, so this is definitely going to be helping. That's why hopefully you guys were able to catch this beforehand when I was signaling the strategy of just saving this for the event, because we know with his introduction obviously you can double dip. But wow, look at the drops, guys. Out of that 5,000 relatively power cores utilized, we got 46 shards, so that's about half is unlocked. So maybe let's just do one more just for the sake of us being close to 50, and then we'll conserve the rest for next time as well. But it's been great. We did this last week, and it's great to see that our power core still maintained itself quite well. So there we go. There we have it now. We have 52 shards, so that's half the unlock. Now we're gonna be looking forward to that. We also have the red stars here being available too. So typically these characters, anyways, now we have the majority of our characters already at 7. So now it's just going through and oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one actually. Elite 7. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. So with this one, we just want to make sure that we're ensuring that obviously his percentage is in there, 15%, and we are good. So nice. Got the Drax unlocked there. Yeah, and guys, honestly speaking, you basically just cycle through this until you get the 7 red, because like at this point almost everything's a dupe. And there we go. Finally got him there. Boom, boom. That was actually a lot quicker. Last time it took me like a solid 2 minutes. I had to actually cut footage out. But yeah, this worked out pretty good. So we got the 7 red on him. We got over 50 shards of Guardian. Now we can actually start taking a look at his kit. So there he is right there. Starting with his basic ability. So Bulwark Strike. He's going to be attacking the primary target for percentage damage. In addition to that, gaining regen, as well as applying defense down to a maximum 3 times to just the primary. This does actually chain when you get to level 6. And that's where I would stop, because he's not really going to be a damage dealer. So really the T4 here is going to be utilized for essentially additional damage that he's not going to be doing too much of anyways, right? So keep that in mind. I think level 6 is a good stopping point for the basic. He's gaining regen, he's applying defense down, and it can also apply to different targeted in the chain attack. Special is called Confident Flurry. So he's going to be attacking primary and adjacent targets for percentage damage. In addition, once again, applying that defense down debuff, which is really beneficial for the team to increase your damage. Slow is going to get applied. He's also going to be casting offense up for himself and all allies. A slow lasting an additional turn. And then finally for the T4 here, lasting 2 turns for the defense down. Nothing crazy. Obviously, it's a nice little luxury, but is it mandatory? Is it required? You know, especially if you guys are low on T4 materials, this isn't enough juice for me to want to upgrade as a must-have, especially if you have limited materials. So we'll hold off on this. I think level 6 is still pretty good. The defense down, if you're noticing that you don't have enough damage, might be something to consider. Maybe we'll see this more so in raids when we utilize the Alpha Flight team, part of the spotlights especially. Ultimate is called Overwhelming Conviction. So he's going to be flipping immunity on the primary target, attacking primary and adjacent targets for piercing damage, which is great to, you know, bypass obviously that armor. Additional focus is also granted for this attack, and this is also unavoidable. So as you level this ability up, he's going to be also flipping taunt on the primary and adjacent targets. Defense down is once again applying, and this is the ability that does actually have a stun mechanic involved here, right? He's going to be applying that in addition to the defense down once again, but similar to the past abilities, nothing really crazy that wants me to put this extra emphasis on the resources, especially if you look at the level 7 here, giving you that additional piercing, which is great, but definitely this is probably the sexiest ability out of the 3 that we have here in terms of upgrading, and then we're gonna see the rest of the verbiage here. So Canada's Guardian here being the passive on spawn, he's gonna be burying himself and the allies for 10% of his max HP. In addition to that, also granting offense up and regen. On turn, he's gonna be granting assists now to random Alpha Flight allies. So this is where that mechanic's coming in, where he's giving those additional attacks. But by having him on your team, he's also gonna be granting additional HP to Alpha Flight. So that's really where the value is gonna be coming from, right? In raids, this gets actually pushed up even higher. He's also gaining additional damage for himself and all Alpha Flight allies. And more specifically though, if he's not exhausted on the enemy death, he's also going to be burying himself for 5% of his HP. Next up, on spawn here, applying the offense up, so giving again that additional damage boost. And then finally, with the T4 here, 10% of his max HP as barrier in raids and on ward defense. If this character is not exhausted, he also has, and having regen, he's also be gaining additional armor. So this character is just very, very tanky. He's not really a tank because he doesn't have any kind of taunting mechanic involved, but the fact is that he's a brawler. He's gonna be granting additional damage and those supportive capabilities, so for that reason he's also doing a lot of damage, right? It's gonna depend ultimately what you want to do with the team, but because he's striking first, you may want him to be obviously the character that actually gets the additional strike with the striker. Remember his basic ability also applying the regen, so that might make sense. He can keep spreading obviously the defense down with the regen, which works really well. I also think he can be potentially a raider if you just want to spread vulnerables around, and getting that additional strike from the team is going to synergize exceptionally well. If you want to make him tankier with fortifier, there's definitely opportunity as well for that, but I think personally for myself, I do want the additional regen being casted, so I think striker and raider are probably going to be the stronger options here, preemptively anyway. So and then as for the actual T4s, guys, I think his ultimate and passives are the upgrades right now. I would hold off on the basic and special just because they're just more of luxuries and additional damage supplementing this character. So there you guys have it. Good luck in your guys' unlock here as we see in the coming weeks what his event's going to be looking like. Good luck in the restart orbs, and if you guys are using power cores, good luck with the shard drops as well. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.